Okay guys, this is an interesting tactical situation at Pearl River. This was a battle with KZ Bay and his Su-8. Hagel is or was in his T-29 and has been killed, although he did awesome in a Tier 9 battle to get 4 kills there in his T-29. That's pretty good. So what is happening here is there is an E-75 that is approaching our cap, and we have a AFK ELC, regrettably, that is about to die here. And my question is, could this E-75 have done a lot better than he did? First of all, can he do anything about me? I think the answer to that question is no. I'm too agile. I can always keep my distance. The terrain features here allow for that. And the second question is, what should he have done if he's not coming after me? And I think the answer to that is he should have continued to maneuver and look for the arty. But he failed to do that, and it was a big mistake. It almost cost him the battle. I shall hit the spacebar here and get the speed going at the regular speed. And there's nothing I can do for that ELC unless he had to wake up, and he never woke up for unknown reasons. And as you can see, as I mentioned, the terrain features here are, they're almost designed for a scout to keep a slow-moving vehicle under observation and survive undamaged. And that's exactly what happens. So the E-75 was headed that way, so I think I go... yeah, oh, there. No, that's Tiger 2. Yeah, so I go this way. No, go the other way. Yeah, he hasn't left the circle, so that's the answer. So what I do here, and I've done this many times, is I point my vehicle backwards, which means when I try to drive away, I can drive quicker, more acceleration, forwards rather than backwards. And he's lit up for the arty, so I will make my way over to the other side, below the horizon. He can't possibly hit me. And then do a little relight and get back down below the horizon. And stay as far away from him as I can. Now, I have to be aware there are other enemy vehicles that could be approaching the cap. And it's getting pretty scary here. My gun cannot do anything to that thing. I have never gone to a training room and tried to pen an E-75. That would be fun to try. That may be one of the vehicles on the list of impenetrables. I will find out about that. So now I'm going to head to the other side again, staying below the horizon. I have to thank the designers of this map for giving me that. And another thing too here is I'm conscious of the M12 over there on the enemy team, and these patterns are anti-arty patterns. I'm just trying to completely confuse him about my my movements. If I just, follow an erratic path, although that's a little predictable along that little pathway there. And as you can see, the arty has been hammering that E-75 very successfully. And I will only go... Okay, the arty got him. Now I've got a problem in that there are vehicles approaching the cap. Okay, now I want to explain something here. In the T-50 days, I could have probably made a hard left turn and got behind him. I called that the reverse. I mean, I should seek through all my old T-50 replays just as a matter of historical interest. I'd love to show you all the times I reversed in front of a TD. And it worked almost every time because they have to react quicker, and I have the advantage because I make the first move, and with lag and ping and all that stuff, their reaction was delayed, even if they had the best ping in the world. They're a little bit behind the clock. But the A-20 can't make that move. I cannot make a hard left turn here and get behind him. And I can't make a right turn to try to circle in front of him. So the only option is to travel in front of him, in front of his gun, and take the consequences, hope that he misses. And I will, if he misses me, and I get behind him, it's game over for him because we've tested this in a training room. The only TD that can unsnuggle potentially from an A-20 is the bedbug, the E-25. All other tank destroyers are unable to do that, provided it's in the open. If they have a building or a rock or a corpse that they can push up against and then get into a shoving match, then they can, most of the time, if they're heavy enough, can get their gun pointed at you. But this doesn't apply because, as you can see, there's no obstacles that help him. And in fact, if he had thought this through and had more experience, he would not have driven around in the open with an A20 on the loose. So I'll hit the space bar here, and you can see what happens. So I drive in front of him and lose more than half my health in a collision. I repair my tracks with a repair kit and start driving backwards and turning. And as I said, he's out of luck there because it ain't going to happen. He's not going to escape me unless a friend comes along to help him disengage. And the arty wants me to fall back, and there ain't no way in the world I'm falling back because that's just my attitude. Okay, now I have to run away from the Carnarvon. That's a much faster vehicle than the E75, so away we go. Stay below the horizon. And this is pretty scary here because when I go through here, he will definitely have a shot at me. I'm almost certain that he's got a line of sight of me. Let's see. Not yet. Not yet. There, it's almost there. And my concern here is I don't want to run into that wall there and slow down. So I'm very wary of touching it and losing speed. So here we go. There's the shot, and I got around the corner now. The arty made a mistake here. He should have come with me. He's got the speed to get out of there. He's trapped. Unless he leaves, he's dead. So the only solution for him is to leave the area. I mean, it's not the greatest option, but it's the only option. So he doesn't leave, and I was too busy driving to tell him to get out of there. And see, I'm not worried here. Yeah, he's moving a little bit, but he doesn't react quickly enough, and then he changes his mind, and he's decided to stay. Game over for him. Sorry, dude. And I don't know what I'm facing here, but there's no point in waiting. I mean, it's going to happen or it's not going to happen. Now here, I want to explain something. I'd already lost more than half my health in a collision with a heavy vehicle, and it's sort of hard to see here, but I did hit the brakes a little bit so that it was a more gentle encounter head on here. And in the event, I didn't lose any health by touching him. And then I was able to do the usual. I just turned while driving backwards, got behind him, much to his chagrin. There you go. Track, but no damage there, and 2 shots. And as you can see, the teapot is dead, and this guy just started bootlicking furiously. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the idea that I could cap here is nonsense. There's no way I could stay there for the full cap count. He would just get there in time. I'm thinking, there's no way I can. The only possibility is a draw. And this guy could have had the win. This fool didn't put 2 and 2 together. I mean, it's obvious. Go sit on the cap, and this A20 with 137 HP is very unlikely to be able to kill him. And if he backs himself into a corner of the cap, the idea that I can maneuver and get decent shots without being destroyed by one of his shots in return, it's nonsense. It's not going to happen. So he made Dragon. What's his name? Dragon Fox. Well, he's not very foxy because he didn't figure that out, and it ended in a draw. I won't show any more of this, but we've seen various errors and mistakes in this battle. I should also mention that this is the first video I've created with the new video card, and I'm getting decent FPS when I'm recording with Fraps, which robs the game client of frames because of all the processing to create the video file. Although I think I'm going to send this card back and get an even more powerful one. I've been playing around with the settings, and I think that will work nicely. I'll just have to wait a few more weeks until I get it. So I can't say my usual game over. I have to say draw. Until next time.